Okay guys, welcome to my series called Taboo Dreaming. Let's get into the biggest one, cheating in dreams, man. So as someone, I have cheated in real life and I've cheated multiple times in my dreams. So when you're cheating in your dreams, man, you probably have a tendency to cheat. I'm just keeping it a being with you. It's likely that it's in you. And at the time, I didn't see that in me. I didn't even feel like I was capable of it. But when things started to unravel in my previous relationship and I started to see these holes that I didn't see before, I didn't know how to respond. So instead of being a responsible, accountable person, I ran away and ran into somebody else. And when that did happen, man, I was fucked up because I saw this before. I saw these things in me before and I didn't even know I was capable. Because the thing is, man, on this soul journey, you have to tap into your dark shit. You have to see your dark side. And if you don't see it, it will see things for you and it can end up controlling you. And unfortunately, that was a position that I was put in by my own hands and actions. And it wasn't, again, one thing I want to know is this ain't for people who cheat consistently. I mean, if you do cheat consistently, you could still relate to this and you should probably tune in even more. But I was someone who did this one time, and one time it was one day, everything fell apart in a day. It wasn't one of them things where you're hiding and oh, let me pretend, and nah, like my soul knew, like, bitch, you're wrong as fuck. So when I saw that in myself, it was heavy, but there was warning signs. And the cheating dreams is I just was unfulfilled. I was just unfulfilled as fuck, and I couldn't admit it to myself because I was forcing a reality that wasn't for me to force. And that's the biggest thing too. When you're someone who is a chronic cheater, or you're someone who has cheated before, you force realities that don't fit you. So your dreams will come in heavy and say, bitch, you're cheating here, you did this, you did that. Pay attention to that. Don't think, nah, I'm too good for that shit. No, there's something in you that's connected to that energy of being capable. Not saying that you will make the mistake like I did and actually do that shit, but you will be in a position to understand where things are coming from. You'll be in a position to get yourself situated to say, okay, I saw this in the astral, I don't have to bring it to my waking life. That's why the astral is there, because it can allow you to perceive things before it even manifests in the physical. But if you don't allow yourself to experience these dreams, right, when you're cheating and actually acknowledge this shit, you might end up again being in those shoes. But outside of people who know that they'll never do that, this isn't even about the cheating then. It's about restriction and not being true to what you want. That's what it ends up being. It's not anything else. It's not this big like panic or fear or concern. This is reality. Your reality is telling you, live up. Because now I don't even have those dreams. I'm in a new relationship. Everything is what it needs to be because I'm living my truth now. And there's initial times where I just wasn't. So yes, I still have other dreams that come in and try creep in, that get projected out, because if that's a sort of spirit that follows you, that's in the family, that's in things that you're attuned to, it can leak into your actual relationships as well. But if you're self-aware enough to know that ain't in you anymore, or it just ain't in you, period, then you just have to make sure that you're being true to who you are. You need to make sure that you're being aware of who you are so that you can take control. So when them dreams happen, you can confront it and be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, who the fuck are you? And become lucid enough to be aware. But if you don't do that shit and you just want to say, nah, that's not me, or you want to flick it around and pretend it's not real, you're probably going to be in a really heavy circumstance, and it might not even be anything tied to cheating. It could be a whole different reality that might be restrictive and put you in a very weird position that makes you look shady, and you probably will be shady. That's darkness. The thing that I'm addressing now when I'm talking about this taboo series is that there's darkness in all of us. There's darkness in this entire world, and I've seen too much of it for a couple of years. And now I'm out, and I can now talk about this shit so that you guys who are going through the same shit, and you couldn't find this shit on YouTube, man. You couldn't find, like, when 2020, I was looking and I just saw religious babble. This is complete psychology. This is complete reality. And it might feel like you're out of tune with it to some degree, because it's like, damn, how am I this vivid in the astral? Who can I talk to, man? I'm telling you, this is where we get into it, because I haven't seen taboo dreams. I haven't seen no one feel like they can talk about it, but let's get into it, you know? But yeah, for the most part, when you're dreaming heavily about being unfaithful, it means that you're restricting yourself. It means that there's a dark element about yourself, okay? And that don't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that things are gonna be crashing and falling around you, that you can't be in relationships. That's not what it means. It just means that you need to address this shit. Address that aspect of you, so that once the energy shows up, you can handle it and it don't handle you. That's the battle about most of these things in our life, is some shit ain't shit and we know it, but because of our humanity, because of our own animalistic tendencies, a lot of people fall victim to that dark shit instead of utilizing it for their benefits in this world. And then they go around rampage fucking people's lives up. It's not fun and it's not great. Don't put yourself in that position. If you know you got a heart, that's a bit different. You know you got a soul, that's a bit different. But yeah, man, thank you for listening. And if you tune in, if you want to keep action with this shit, I'm telling you, every day, taboo dreams. Peace.